Tonight's news focus, Rise Up urge to embrace digital transformation and AI era. Rise Up continues to empower minority Muslim communities in Southeast Asia and the Pacific. Sarawak ensures development in tandem with cultural heritage preservation. Good evening. The Regional Islamic Dawah Council of Southeast Asia and the Pacific Rise Up and its member organizations have been urged to prepare for an identity and strategic transformation in line with the rapidly evolving realities of the digital world. Rise Up President and Sarawak Premier, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg, said that the organization must leverage new technologies for modernization, digital dawah, and readiness in adapting to the rise of artificial intelligence AI. According to him, in an era shaped by AI, digital communication, and automation, Muslims must not be left behind.
Kita mesti membekalkan diri dan komuniti kita dengan alat, literasi dan pemikiran yang diperlukan untuk memanfaatkan teknologi demi manfaat ummah. Rise Up membayangkan masa depan di mana nilai-nilai Islam tradisional diperkukuh melalui teknologi pintar, di mana para da'i diperkasa secara digital dan di mana identiti kita kekal kukuh dalam era digital.
Dato' Patinggi Abang Zohari also emphasized that Rise Up plays a unique and significant role in the Dawah movement, not only by supporting Islamic initiatives at the grassroots level, but also by ensuring that the voices of minority communities are heard and respected within the global Ummah. He explained that guided by the values of wisdom, moderation, inclusivity, and collaboration, Rise Up continues to pursue its vision of building resilient, knowledgeable, and united minority Muslim communities across Southeast Asia and the Pacific.
Rise Up turut mengalahkan instrumen keuangan sosial Islam seperti Baitul Mal dan Wakaf yang diiktiraf sebagai alat penting untuk menangani kemiskinan, menyokong aktiviti dakwah dan memastikan pembangunan komuniti yang mampan melalui persidangan, program latihan dan platform perkongsian ilmu. Rise Up mengesah organisasi ahli menghidupkan kembali dan menginstitusikan Baitul Mal dan Wakaf sebagai alat strategik untuk pemakasan ekonomi, terutamanya di kawasan minoriti Muslim.
He said during the opening ceremony of the Rise Up International Youth Leadership Training 2025 held at the Sabah International Convention Center, SICC, on Saturday. The program, organized by Rise Up in collaboration with the United Sabah Islamic Association, USIA, and the Sabah Islamic NGOs Council, was officiated by the Sabah Governor Tun Datuk Sri Panglima Dr. Musa Aman. Meanwhile, at the same ceremony, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg reaffirmed his commitment to carrying forward the leadership mandate in order to uphold the noble legacy of the organization. He emphasized that Rise Up's legacy, founded upon the principle of faith, inclusivity, and youth development with a clear purpose, must be preserved to strengthen the role of Islam within minority Muslim communities across the region.
Sebagai Presiden Rise Up sekarang, insya-Allah, saya akan meneruskan amanah dan penghormatan untuk mengekalkan legasi kepimpinan mulia ini. Legasi yang dibina atas asas iman, keterangkuman dan pembangunan belia yang berpaksikan matlamat.
A total of 22 participants were invited to the training program representing Rise Up member organizations from Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Myanmar, the Philippines, Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, Sri Lanka, Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, and Samoa. Dato Patigi Abang Zohari further noted that to date, Rise Up has 52 member organizations and continues to undertake various initiatives, including strengthening Islamic education, spiritual development, and leadership training, with the aim of empowering minority Muslim communities to preserve their identity and dignity. Sarawak insists that every urban development project in the state will continue to preserve and highlight cultural heritage as a unique identity that cannot be separated from its people. Sarawak Deputy Premier and Minister of Public Health, Housing and Local Government, Dato Ama Professor Dr. Sim Kui Hian, said this approach is part of the implementation of Sarawak's post-COVID-19 Development Strategy (PCDS) 2030, which emphasizes a balance between economic growth, environmental sustainability, and social inclusion. He stressed that urban modernization must be driven alongside efforts to preserve culture and heritage as an important component in building the nation of Sarawak. He said this when delivering a special keynote address on health and sustainable cities, Sarawak's experience at the Asian Sustainable Urbanization Forum, ASUF 2025, at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Center, KLCC, on Thursday. Dato Ama Professor Dr. Sim also shared Sarawak's journey as a healthy city, which started from Lundu to Kuching in 1994. According to him, Kuching and Cebu have now become part of the World Health Organization's WHO Age-Friendly Cities Network, which is guided by Sarawak's Healthy City Strategy. He also emphasized the collective responsibility of governments, city leaders, and communities in shaping ASEAN's growth and resilience under the ASEAN Community Vision 2045. According to him, cities need to drive an equitable and inclusive transition, advance digital connectivity, and accelerate progress towards the Sustainable Development Goals while leveraging platforms such as ASUF, the ASEAN Governors and Mayors Forums, AGMF, and the ASEAN Capital Governors and Mayors Meeting, MGMSC, to connect local initiatives for sustainable development in ASEAN. The forum brought together over 9,000 participants from 66 countries, including city leaders, experts, and communities, with the aim of strengthening regional cooperation for inclusive, sustainable, and identity-based urban development. Hosted by Kuala Lumpur City Hall, DBKL, and organized by the Ministry of Housing and Local Government, KPKT, and Urbanized Malaysia together with Unhabitat and United Cities and Local Government Asia Pacific, UCLG ASPAC, the event featured 391 speakers in 97 sessions. Sarawak now has 65 registered homestay clusters under the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture Malaysia, MOTAC, thus exceeding the initial target of 60 clusters by 2030. Sarawak Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts, MTCP, Dato Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, said this achievement proves that community-based tourism is increasingly gaining traction among local and international visitors. According to him, for the year 2024, Sarawak received a total of 52,927 domestic tourists and 3,046 foreign tourists, with a total revenue of 6,697,072 ringgit and 4 cents from the homestay program.
Well, over the years, homestays have become more than just an alternative to hotels. They represent the heart and soul of our tourism industry. A warm invitation into the daily lives, cultures, and stories of our people. When travelers choose a homestay, they don't just visit a destination, they live it. Community-based tourism has become a long-term pillar in my ministry's strategy, especially under the post-COVID-19 development strategy 2030. It contributes to inclusive rural development, sustainable livelihood, and cultural heritage conservation. One of the PCDS 2030 key outcomes is 30% increase of community-based tourism by the year 2030, with a target of 60 registered homestay clusters.
He said this when officiating the Dayak Daily 2025 Writing Competition Awards ceremony themed Homestay Odyssey at the Waterfront Hotel here on Saturday. Datuk Sri Abdul Karim also informed that so far, 4 Sarawak homestays have received ASEAN Homestay Standard recognition, namely Homestay Santubong Kuching, Homestay Rumah Benjamin Angki Cebu, Homestay Baklalan Lawas, and Homestay Barrio Miri. In addition, he said MTCP is actively organizing capacity building programs for homestay operators covering hospitality training, service quality, digital marketing, craft development, communication skills, as well as leadership and management. The Kuching Festival 2025 will draw to a close with a theatrical performance titled Meniti Cakerawala 2.0, featuring the nation's first astrophysicist, Tan Sri Mazlan Othman, and Malaysia's legendary dancer, Dato' Ramli Ibrahim. Mayor of the Kuching South City Council, MBKS, Dato' Wee Hong Seng, announced that the performance will take place on 17 August at 7:45 p.m., marking the final day of Kuching Festival 2025 and further highlighting the uniqueness of this year's festival.
So it is a science meeting art, fact meeting beauty, and knowledge meeting emotion. So it's happening right here in Kuching. So as part of Malaysia tour for 2025, spent 8 cities including Kuala Lumpur, Penang, Kota Kinabalu, and now in Kuching. So this international appeal of this work is undeniable.
He said this during the Meniti Cakerawala 2.0 press conference held at MBKS on Friday. Dato' Wee added that an 8-minute excerpt of Meniti Cakerawala 2.0 had previously been showcased at the prestigious Lincoln Center in New York during the 35th New York Dance Festival.
So for Malaysian to be represented on such a stage is a point of pride. And for Kuching to host a free performance is truly special.
The public is invited to attend and celebrate the success of Kuching Festival 2025 while also witnessing the staging of Meniti Cakerawala 2.0.
So admission is free, no reserve, first come, first seat. Okay, so I encourage everyone to come earlier, explore the food stall first, and settle for an unforgettable journey through the stars.
And that's the English edition with me, Nicholas Zechariah Boni. More news can be found in our official portal, ukas.sarawak.gov.my, and social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. We conclude the UKAS Bulletin with highlights from the opening ceremony of the International Youth Leadership Training Program at the Sabah International Convention Center, SICC, on Saturday. #Salaran Info Masih Rakyat. Have a good night.